Tennessee's 2020 pandemic shutdown sparked a new bill that would prevent all jobs in that state from being labeled non-essential in future emergencies, with lawsuits to hold officials accountable. It's a bold move against what one lawmaker calls overreach. Lisa Fletcher explores the lessons driving this change.
In late 2019, Danny Munez opened the barbershop he'd always dreamed of. It was just 20 minutes from downtown Nashville, and business was picking up until COVID hit. And the governor's lockdown orders in March of 2020 forced non-essential businesses like barbershops to close to help stop the virus from spreading.
We just had opened the barbershop 6 months prior to that. They shut us down and we was out of work.
In Tennessee that spring, nearly 2,000 small businesses closed. Nationally, some 20 million jobs were lost. During COVID, the federal government offered guidelines on essential critical infrastructure workers, but it was up to states to determine for themselves which workers were most needed. For Tennessee Republican state lawmaker Monty Fritz, declaring any worker non-essential is government overreach.
I thought that we miserably failed in lots of places in America in the pandemic response. We declared human beings non-essential based on their lawful occupations.
The bill Fritz is proposing would prevent businesses and individuals from being deemed non-essential and forced to cease operations during an emergency declaration.
I do have a huge problem with the word itself, the whole non-essential, because I think that becomes the point at which someone who is elected looks down at the people who elected him or her and says to them, "You are less important than I am."
Fritz introduced the bill last January, and it's still moving through both chambers. Business owners like Danny Munez are watching closely and say no one's livelihood should be at risk during a national crisis.
It wasn't fair. How you gonna tell me I can't run my business and I can't do my services?
And while the pandemic may have closed businesses, it opened a new debate about who gets to decide what's essential. For Full Measure, I'm Lisa Fletcher in Nashville, Tennessee.